Last week, 75% on our winners predictions, but only 38% on wins plus cover. So like 75% picked three quarters of the games, got the winner right, but less than half the games got the points correct. So not great. Similar to last year again. First couple weeks, first part of the season, terrible. But if the bets were just winners, would have been great. But this week, again, just chronological order. Carolina Houston's going on right now. Put down that Carolina wins and that Houston will cover. I don't think that anymore. I think Carolina wins and covers -8. I just think that's going to happen. I think Carolina is underrated, and I've been thinking about. So I didn't realize that they've had Hassan Reddick. I think that's huge. I liked him on the Cardinals, and I didn't realize that he was on the Panthers now. I don't know. I feel good about the Panthers. Something about them. They just seem like a good team. And I originally thought Houston was going to cover, but I think Carolina -8 wins and covers. Washington versus Buffalo. I think Buffalo wins, but Washington covers. Buffalo is -9. I think that's a big spread. I think Buffalo wins because I don't think they are starting out as good as they initially wanted.
Right.
And Washington's playing Heineke still. Buffalo's defense is good. Washington's defense hasn't been as good as everybody expected. Right. So I think they win. They can, even if they win by a touchdown, Washington still covers. So that's why I mean they have to win by quite a bit in order to cover. So I would say Washington covers, but Buff wins. Cleveland, Chicago. I'd say Cleveland wins and covers. They're 7-point favorites. Chicago's defense has not been impressive to me for a defense that has so many studs on it. Yeah, they just haven't been impressive. And then it's Justin Fields' first game as a starter against Myles Garrett.
And Cleveland's good.
And Chicago's O-line is rated really poorly right now. So
is ours.
Justin Fields is going to be running for his life, but luckily for him, he's got the athleticism to do it. But it's hard to outrun Cleveland's defense. So I think Cleveland wins by a touchdown. It might be exactly a touchdown. It might be by 7. It'll be close on the cover bet at least. Again, all these it's not betting advice. Just take that with a grain of salt.
Unless you want to win 38%.
Unless you only want to win 38% of your bets, which they say in order to make money, you have to make at least 52%. So do the opposite of what we say. And you'll, just don't take it as advice. Don't be stupid. Baltimore, like we are. Yeah. Baltimore, Detroit. I said Baltimore wins and covers. They're 7.5-point favorites. The Lions are just
the Lions.
Just the Lions. They're garbage. They're so bad.
Always. They don't have Marvin Jones. How are they going to win any games?
Well, and they always seem decent. Like before the season started, I actually thought they might be competitive, but they haven't even seemed competitive.
They were competitive for a half versus the Packers.
Yeah. Then what happened?
Then Aaron Rodgers decided to throw 4 touchdowns.
Right. And watch what happens when Lamar Jackson decides, I've already run for 3 touchdowns. I'm going to try to pass it around now. I don't think the Lions are going to be able to hold off the Ravens. Colts, Titans. I think the Titans are 5.5-point favorites. I think the Colts win it outright. I don't know how you thought about that.
Let's see. I don't know. Tennessee did just have an impressive comeback win versus the
Seahawks.
So
I thought the same thing. But I think the Colts defense is pretty good. My issue is that it's going to be a split start between Brett Hundley and Jacob Eason. So, I don't know. I don't know. Something tells me the Colts are going to win. I have a really low opinion of Tennessee this year.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be way better than how they've looked. Like the fact that they even had to come back from the Seahawks just to me is like,
right.
Before the season started, people were saying that was going to be a close game, but like competitive, and it didn't look competitive until the end. And so I don't know. Tennessee is too up and down, and there's another team. Like they probably are just going to play down to their opponent. So we'll see. Like most of these, I wouldn't bet, especially with only getting 38% first 2 weeks. Right. Why would I want to keep losing money if I were actually?
We could look at this and like what's our like our pick for 100% going to happen? Probably the Arizona Jacksonville game. That's probably the one I'd be like, Arizona should slaughter them. So
next is Chargers Chiefs, and they're 6.5. That was one I was very questionable on. Yeah. Chiefs have to win by at least a touchdown, and the Chargers are good.
Yeah,
but then I thought it's at Chiefs. I thought Chiefs win and cover purely because
Pat Mahomes
coming off a loss They're not going to be happy about the loss. They're at home. I think they win. And the Chargers, I feel like they are not to the point of where everybody wants them to be. Like, they're really good, but against other playoff teams, you see where their faults are.
Sure.
It's not left tackle, I'll tell you that. New Orleans, New England. New England are 3-point favorites. So I said they win and cover. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Saints win here.
Yeah, the New Orleans has been playing really good defense. However, like very low scoring games. However, the Saints can
they weren't low scoring against the Packers.
The Patriots are low scoring.
Okay,
they've been low scoring. So, but like I said, or like you said, the Saints can put up numbers just like that. So we'll see what happens.
My pick was Patriots cover the -3. Because I don't know, -3, it's like, okay, yeah, they can win by a field goal.
Sure.
But honestly, a lot of these games, I just wouldn't bet. I think halfway through the season, bets become way easier. But this first half, teams don't know who they are yet.
Right.
Like, even if betting
who we thought they were.
Even if betting were legal in Minnesota, I wouldn't be making these actual bets. This is what people expect from sports talk. So I want to give people what they want. Falcons versus Giants. Giants are 3-point favorites. I say Falcons win outright.
Yeah, Giants are bad. They find ways to lose somehow. It doesn't matter.
So do the Falcons. This is going to be just teams trying to give away wins give away the win. Like, no, you win. No, we win. No, you win. It's going to be rough. I think it's going to be super high scoring. But I think it'll be something like 31-38, sort of like just it's going to be a big, like the last team to get the ball is going to score a touchdown to win, which is going to be why they cover the 3. But I think Falcons win outright.
I want to see Saquon do something because he has like 80 yards on the season.
If you take away his 141-yard run, he averages less than 2 yards a carry.
Yeah, I want to see Saquon do something.
Well, the Falcons are a perfect team to do something against that because
that's what I'm saying.
They have Deion Jones, and that's it. Yep. Bengals, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh are 3.5-point favorites. I said Bengals win outright.
Yeah, that's a good one. Pittsburgh's not Pittsburgh.
I thought Pittsburgh would win, and then the Bengals would cover, and it'd be like a 1-2-point game because it's in Heinz Field. But I don't know. I think Roethlisberger is apparently dealing with an injury.
Yeah.
Steelers receivers are still struggling to catch the ball. Their defense hasn't been as good as people want it to be. Bengals are being better than people thought they would be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Bengals are going to surprise them. Before the season started, I said the Steelers have a chance to take last in their division.
Yeah.
I still think that's possible, and I think if the Bengals win here, it just proves it. But anyway, it's just another one of those things. I'm betting with what I'm thinking, not what people want to hear there.
Right.
Arizona, Jacksonville. Arizona are 7.5-point favorites. I think they win and cover. I'm done saying the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to actually be worth anything. I thought that they would, even in the games that they would lose, they would cover these first 2, but nope, they're terrible.
Jaguars are still the Jaguars, regardless of Trevor Lawrence. So
Trevor Lawrence just doesn't want to win again. They're going to go 0-17, and then he's like, yeah, I just want to take this first year off because I've won every game in my life, basically. So I want to start off. Once we start winning, I don't want to lose again. So we're 0-17 and then 17-0 the rest of my career.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he wants. That's what he's doing. But yeah, Arizona's going to win. Probably beat him by 17 touchdowns. So
I hope so.
Kyler Murray's going to run 5 in, throw 5 in. D-Hop's going to catch 3 out of those. D-Hop's going to throw 1. D-Hop's going to get a rushing. They're going to they're going to score a defensive.
With Kyler out there somehow.
Right, Kyler's going to do a return touchdown. The Jets versus the Broncos. Broncos win and cover. This could have said -20, and I would have picked the Broncos to cover.
Yeah.
I said the Jets might have covered if they were at home, but Zach Wilson playing against an amazing Broncos defense in Denver.
Quarterback's first time there. It's weird because the elevation's different
and they just don't know what to do. Yeah. I think the Broncos win by the 10.5 for sure, and Teddy's gonna just drop some dimes in there
to Cortland Sutton.
Teddy's gonna throw at least 3 to Cortland Sutton, 1 to KJ Hamler because I'm rooting for KJ Hamler this year.
I told you that one guy, the Tim Patrick. Yeah, he got one. I told you they got a good. He's good too.
I don't know. Something about KJ Hamler. I like him a lot. He's not on my fantasy team or anything. I just think he's a good player.
And neither is Cortland Sutton. He's not on mine either. So.
I don't want to talk about my
he had a good
fantasy
game.
team. I think they suck. I'm 1-1. I still think they suck.
He had a great game last week. Courtland Sutton. He had like 130 yards or something.
He's really good. Yeah. But yeah, I think in Denver against a good defense, Jets are just terrible, just so bad. Yeah, I think they lose. And
take us to John Gruden.
Miami versus Vegas. Vegas are 4-point favorites. Tua might not play. Win. Yeah, I
Loss
think
for them.
For them, man. Win. Yeah, I think Vegas covers that 4. I don't think Miami can overcome. Like, it's Jacoby Brissett, and if I'm being 100% honest, just sorry, I think Jacoby Brissett's better than Tua.
I don't think either of them have blown me away.
Neither of them blow me away, but I think Jacoby's better than Tua.
Jacoby
was a winning season with the Colts.
Yeah, Jacoby, they said he's very serviceable for a couple games. He can be kind of electric for a couple games, but he's not long-term answer.
No, but he's not supposed to be long-term here. But if he's serviceable for a couple games, he might be able to pull him through here. I just think the Raiders are hot. Last year, every year the Raiders seem to start hot. So maybe later in the year you start betting the other way. But yeah, I'll take the Raiders here. The Rams versus the Bucks. The Bucks are only 1-point favorite, so that just means it's a pick'em game. Like whoever you pick to win is the winner. So I picked the Bucks.
This is surprising. This is surprising. Yeah, okay. You're probably going to say the same thing I'm saying. So this is surprising since Tom Brady's probably had like the best 4-game stretch of his career these last 4 games.
Yep. It is his. But so the big thing when you are betting, even though this isn't actual betting advice, the big thing when you're betting is to look for like weird trends and any maybe records people are going for, or somebody's family member died. It's like those sorts of things tend to push people through. By the way, I don't know if you saw Christian McCaffrey is hurt and out for the game.
That's why I didn't take him number 1 overall, Luke.
Hamstring. Tom Brady is 1 or 2 games away from Peyton Manning's 4 touchdowns. Tom Brady's last 4 games, he's had at least 4 passing touchdowns, and Peyton Manning has the record with 5. I think Tom Brady's going to do everything in his power to break that record. So I think this game and next game, Tom Brady's throwing at least 4 passing touchdowns. So I would take the Bucks because Tom Brady's at the point in his career where that's what he's going for. Tom Brady says he would give up 2 of his Super Bowl rings for that undefeated season as well. So like Tom Brady is going for an undefeated season and he's going for records. One of those records that he can get is this is the hardest game for them. I'm all for the Bucks. I think the Bucks win by more. If it was even a 3-point favorite, I'd pick the Bucks. So
sure.
It's that sort of thing. Like that sort of thing, I feel like throws people off. They don't pay attention to it. If Tom Brady's going for a record, you expect him to get it. Minnesota, Seattle. Seattle are 2-point favorites. I think Seattle wins and covers, but I do think the Vikings have a good chance to win. I just think if I were to be betting, if I were to be putting money on it, I'd probably bet on the Seahawks. I hope Minnesota wins. I really hope they do. I'm sick of losing to the Seahawks.
Yeah. I think the narrative that a lot of fans seem to have changes if we win this game. So
I don't think it does, but I like the optimism.
Well, those fans aren't fans. So.
Right. Well, like most of the Minnesota fans are looking for a reason to be mad at the team. Like most Minnesota fans are like waiting for Kirk to do bad so they can complain about him. Yeah. They want Kirk to get sacked.
He's not even doing bad. He's not even doing bad.
He's not, but they want him to. Yeah. And they want him to lose. Even if they lose, they can blame him. Like they want it. So yeah, they're not real fans. And if I were voting with my heart, Vikings win by 10. But my head says Seahawks are going to probably win on a last-minute touchdown. Like Russell Wilson scrambles for 14 to 15 seconds and then throws a wide-open touchdown to DK Metcalf because he was getting guarded by Bashad Breeland. It's something like that. It's going to be something. It's a classic Vikings Seahawks game. It's going to be a shanked field goal. It's going to be a offsides. It's going to be a muffed snap that gets dropped and ran back for a touchdown by the Seahawks. Yeah. It's gonna be something. There was one game where they got a holding call that took them out of field goal range, which then when they tried to pass it, Kirk threw an interception. Like something. It's something. Right. Green Bay, San Francisco. San Francisco's 3.5 point favorites. I think they win and cover. I think Green Bay is good. Good team, but San Francisco not only kind of like owns them, but Green Bay's weakest point is in the trenches, and San Francisco's strongest point is in the trenches.
Right.
And the game is won in the trenches. So I think San Francisco. I think it's going to be disgusting. The last time these two teams played, San Francisco had 249 yards on the ground before contact.
Yeah, that was they did something similar the week before.
So they did the same thing to the Vikings. So I think even with Raheem Mostert out, Kyle Shanahan's system, he's gonna dominate. And I think the Niners win by at least 3.5. Philadelphia, Dallas. Dallas is 4-point favorites. I think Dallas wins. Philly covers. I think it's like a 1 to 3 point win. Those teams are very evenly matched to me. Jalen Hurts is clearly developing. Dallas tends to be like we talked with the Falcons and the Giants. Dallas is one of those teams that just likes to play down to their opponents, try to give games away. And I think it's gonna be a close one. And that's it. Again, not betting advice. And honestly, a lot of these games this week, I feel very not confident about my selections. So maybe this is the week I go like 70% and get them get so many right because I feel so not confident, because I felt really confident last week, which I got 75% of the winners. So maybe that's why I felt confident. But so many of these games, I just don't like. This is why I mentioned it last week. I don't get how people can bet this early in the season. Like I post like 5 or 6 games. I think I understand what teams are.
Sure.
But they got one less preseason game. So the first week felt like preseason, which means week 2 felt like week 1. Like it just, I don't get it. I don't get how people so confidently bet and then make so much money. Like I have a relative who I think it was 2015 made $30,000 one year. And then the next year made $100,000 in bets. My goodness.
That'd be nice.
Well, yeah, it would be nice, but luckily, betting is not legal because I might find myself being 38% and being in the hole for these first weeks.
Right.
I'm usually really good on March Madness. Last 2 years on March Madness, I've gotten the entire one side of the bracket right. I'm usually pretty good at that. There was one year I got the entire one side of the bracket right and the entire other side wrong.
I just picked Syracuse.
Just because you like them. Goes
Mello, Johnny Flynn, Wes Johnson.
Oh God, yeah, best player ever. Yeah.